Uh, I guess we are live now. Still not visible here. Okay. So we are live finally for the second part of C programming. Hmm. So sound is all right, video is all right, stream is also all right. Nothing is lagging, I guess. We will be starting in a few minutes. I guess we should be starting now, and let's start. So yesterday we have started a new series, C programming for cybersecurity and red teaming. So today it's the second part of C programming, and today we will be seeing the topics that we have discussed yesterday, and we will be doing a quick revision of the topics. And the first program that we have created, we will be visiting that again. So without wasting much time, let's just start. Okay, camera is all right. Everything is all right, I guess. So uh, let's just start. So yesterday we have covered the basics of programming and what is C, why we have used C, why I'm beginning this new series for C programming, especially in cybersecurity and penetration testing. So let's quickly begin with the topic. So where were we? Works. Nah, this is not the one. C programming. So let's start with a book first, and we will be continuing the same thing that we have left yesterday. And firstly, we will be solving the programs that we have. Should we do the revision first? I think revision is not required, as I have explained a lot basics, and from basics I should say. Uh, let's just open a new terminal. Mm, okay, all right. So let me just go to my working directory. So these are all the programs that we have seen yesterday. I hope my sound is all right, and okay, everything is going all right till now. We'll be beginning in the next 2 to 3 minutes. Let me gather up my some of my uh, regular audience for the session. So let's just start. So tomorrow, yesterday we have left this exercise of our chapter 4. So we were discussing data types and all the arithmetics, variables, and all. So now we will be doing these exercises. So first is type in and run the 5 program presented in this chapter. Compare the output produced by each program with the output presented after each program in the text. So we have already done this. Okay, so which of the following programs are invalid variable names? So I think it is discussed earlier. I think we have to start this. So write a program that converts a 27 degree Celsius from degree Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. Okay, so they have given a we have to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. They have given a unit or a numeric degree value, that is 27 degree, and we will be converting from Fahrenheit to Celsius by this formula. So since this is a float value, the answer will mostly come in float, not always, so it should be point accurate. So I think I have already created this. So on the suggestion of someone from the yesterday class, I guess, so they were saying that I should be using micro, and I was using micro before, but at that time the syntax highlighting was not there in micro. But now I have seen that micro is much upgraded from before. So let's just see micro cf dot c, hit enter. So what we have done here, so first is the header file. We have included the standard input output, and since it is a header file, we have specified it with the .h. We have named our program, that is main, and we have passed a void argument. So for the beginning of the program, we have initiated with curly braces, and we have specified two variables float, like c and f. So f is already known to us, we have to convert c. So the formula for converting c is c is equals to f minus 32. It should be calculated first, then it should be divided by 1.8, and we will be printing that the unit in degree Celsius is percent %f. So percent %f is a specifier for data specifier for float. So and our variable c, so it will be calculated by using all the values, and let's just see how it's working. So you can see the unit in degree Celsius, because it is 27 degree Fahrenheit. So in degree Celsius, it will be lot in in the negative uh, number line. So it will be minus 2.77778 up to 6 decimal digits. Okay, so moving on. So what output would you expect from the following program? So header file, name, void. Okay, so there are two characters C and D. C is D, but D specified here as string. So and D is equals to C. So D is D itself. So by printing this, so we get D is equals to D. Okay, so the answer will be D. D is equals to D. I think I have also created this like test or something. No, I guess let me just do one thing, micro test.c. So yes, I have created that also. Let me just do this, and also not use this program. So this is the program that we are using. Okay, so it's the same. Control save, quit, and we will be again compiling this program to test, and we will try to run this. So d is equals to d, as I have already said. So write a program to evaluate polynomial shown here. Okay, so 3x3 minus 5x square. So it's pretty easy. I think I have also created the program for the same micro. Also the stream will be a hi Jatin. So the stream will be a little bit of more time today. We will be taking more time because we will not be having stream tomorrow, most probably, but it's 10% 90% chance. So 10% chance that we can have stream tomorrow also, and 90% that we cannot have. So we'll be covering more and more topic because we just need to, in 2 to 3, in next 2 to 3 sessions, we need to complete this basics of C so that we can move to exploit development part and secure coding part in C programming. So let's just try to see that. Okay, so I have already created this. Mm, okay, I have to remove this. Okay, so this was the program. So we have included the header file, standard input output, name the program main, void argument, and we are taking, since it is a float value, we will be taking float 2.55, and polynomial can also be float. So we will, for our say the safety of the program, we will be taking polynomial as float. So it's just a basic. We can also include a math.h. I guess the library name is math.h, and we can also use pow function. I will show you in the next program how to use that. So this is how the value is calculated. Let me just save changes, yes, and let's just compile this once. Try to run this. So the value is 23.23162. If you calculate it manually, you can see how it is. So next program. So write a program that evaluate the following expression, displays the result. Okay, so let's create this. We will be doing micro and test. Microtest.c. It has created a new file, I guess. Control Q. Okay, so we will be, so in Nano we cannot use a mouse. In this we can just comment this all code. Let's start a new code. We will be including a new library that is hash include, I think the library is math.h or maths.h. Math. Let me just quickly see. So math.h. Okay, so we are doing all right. And let's just name our program, that is int main. Pass the argument void, and let's just start. So let's give it a float. Let's specify the result. It has a result variable, and the value of result is let's see the value of the result, 3.131, 3.31, sorry, 3.31. Okay, 3.31 into 10 to the power minus 8. So power function. So this is the base, this is the exponent. So I think the usage, what's the usage? I think first will the variable, I guess. Power standard library. Uh, Power, base and power. Okay. So first will be the base, then with the exponential value. So we will be multiplying this, and we will specifying that we are using power function, and again take this, and what we will do. So firstly the base, comma, and then minus 8 exponential value. Okay, so this is calculated. Then what we are doing, we are again multiplying it with the 2.01, 2.01. We are again multiplying that with power, or the expression that consists of a exponential term. So 10 comma minus 7. Okay, so 3.13 into this bracket. So this bracket will be solved, this bracket will be solved, and this will be multiplied. Okay, so after doing this, it should be divided by another bracket, that is 7.16, and we are again multiplying. So we'll use pow again, and we will specify this time I think I have. Okay, so I guess bracket begins. Okay, so two bracket here, one bracket also to close this. Okay, so in pow, what we will be writing 10 comma minus 6. Okay, 10 comma minus 6. We are closing the bracket again and multiplying this time with. Okay, so we are adding, I guess. Yes, we are adding. So let me just close this also. So power function started, closed. Okay, so the bracket is done. Let me add this with 2.01 power function passing the argument. So it will be base 10 comma minus 8. I think the stream is going all right. Okay, the stream is going pretty good. So 2.18, I have not specified multiplication here. So this bracket started, this bracket closed. I think it is done now, and we will be just printing the output now. End it with semicolon and just printing it with. So printf, the result is, so it's percent, we should use percent f since it is a float value, and so again comma res variable. I guess it is done now and should return now. Okay, so control S for saving, Q for ending this. Let's just compile. I think there might can be, okay, so there are a lot of errors. So I think I have done something wrong. Okay, so bracket error called object is not a function or a function. Okay, so I have not used multiply here. Okay, so in this also I have used not used multiply, I guess. Not to match this. Okay, so we have not completed the bracket, I guess. Yes, we have not. So let's try to uh, edit it once more. So bracket started 3.31 multiplication. This will be calculated and multiply by this. This will be calculated and bracket close. So after this 0.16, we need to specify multiplication. It with pow this and closing the bracket of this, closing the bracket of this. We are adding 2.01. So with this, okay, so now I think the brackets are completed. So let's just try to compile it once more. Expected this before this token. Okay, I think it is saying to complete me the brackets, I guess. So what I have done wrong here? Expected this before this token. Int float res. It's working fine in this case. It's also ending like this. Return to 0. Hit enter. So 3.31 into power. So what's the usage of power function? Let's see the usage of power function. Result is power base power. Okay. 3.13 multiply power 310.10. Okay, minus 8. Okay, so let me read the again. So use exponential format to display the result. So I should use E here. I think it should work now. result 2.0.1 multiply by pow 10.1%. So let's try to debug this with copy selection. So let's just first see what is wrong in this thing. So should I specify the bracket here also? I guess let's try to do this also. Okay, it should work now, I guess. Or more brackets like here. Okay, let's just try to add more brackets here and another bracket here. This is started, this is completed. This bracket is completed. So this is the bracket of this is the bracket of power function, this is the bracket of this. Okay, so it's not ending here. Let's try to run this now. So it's not making sense. This bracket is also, I guess, wrong here. Okay, so this is working, this is working, this also working, this not working. It should work now. Okay, so 3.31 multiply this, one more bracket here. It's now completed, I guess. Uh, okay, power function, arguments, this it's marking the ending of this. Okay, so I think I have to add one more bracket here. Now it should be, let's try to run this now. Okay, so the brackets were making the problem, so let's try to run this. Okay, so it's now calculated. The result is okay. I messed up the spelling with the of the result. No problem. Let me just do one thing. Micro test C. Let me just see it again. So beginning the bracket. So automatically, so the usage why I shifted to micro. That is the reason. So I've specified this bracket. This is ending here. In order to check the bracket, I can check. So this is the bracket of power function. So the error arises because of the less brackets were there. They were not closed properly. So let's just quit this and try to run again. Okay, so it's run. It's now clear. So moving on to the next thing. So to round off this, so to round off the integer I to the next largest even multiple of integer j, next multiple is I plus j minus I, but it's in j. Okay, so I is 259, j is 7. Okay, so we will do micro test again. Int main, passing the void argument. Let's mark the starting of the program. Okay, so we are taking I as, what's the value of I? So I is 256. So it's, since it is an integer, so we'll be taking int I, which is equals to 256, comma, there's another variable named as j is equals to 7. So hit enter. So we are taking another variable that is result. We should say result or next multiple. So it's next multiple. Okay, so next multiple is equals to I. Okay, so we are taking the next largest next multiple of this number of, for example, it is 256. So we are taking a 7 to divide it, and we will be finding the closest number to 256 that can be the multiple of 7. Okay, so what we will be doing, I, so plus j, so this will be the number, and we will be subtracting the remainder that we got by dividing 256 and 7, and j, it's just okay. So we will be ending with semicolon. Printf result uh, is percent I or percent d. Let's use percent d here. Result is percent d, and comma res ended with semicolon, return 0. Will it run? Let's see. So control S, control Q, GCC, test this, and okay. RES. Okay, so we have not used RES variable. We have used next mul. So micro test.c. Let's just change it. Okay, so let's change it here. Next multi mul. Okay, so control S, control Q. Try to compile this. Okay, it's successfully compiled. Test this. Okay, so the result is 259, and it is also 259. So write a program to find the largest even multiple. So these are all same thing. You can use this kind of thing. Okay, so you just need to replace the I value of I and j. Let's just move to the next chapter. So next chapter is program looping, and it is looping is important concept. Okay, so both as a basic, and if you talk about cybersecurity, it is also important. So if you arrange 15 dots in the shape of a triangle, you end up with an arrangement. Okay, so you have already seen these kind of programs. So printing a triangular pyramid or something. So that is what we are doing today. First row of triangle contains one dot. Okay, second row contains two. So on, okay, third three, fourth four dots, fifth row five dots. So the number of dots, brightness कम कर दो, too bright. Will it make any difference? क्योंकि मैं brightness कितना भी कम कर दूंगा मेरे लिए कम होगा. Stream brightness कैसे कम करूं? ये तो नया चीज है कुछ. Stream का brightness कैसे कम करूं? क्योंकि मेरे लिए तो brightness जो low है, पर present, what is this presentation mode? Okay, can we do something? Filters. Let me just check it once. Okay, if I can do it or not. So my screen will be off for some time. Please. Color correction. Color correction. Okay. So brightness. Okay, अब brightness कम करूँगा दिक्कत होएगा यार. अब ठीक है क्या? Is it all right now? Brightness. कैमरा भी दिक्कत कर रहा है मेरा बहुत ज़्यादा. बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया क्या? Let's just shift to the screen. अब Tell me if it is all right or not. Six watching, okay. So more people are now coming to the stream. Seven watching, okay. So if someone new has joined, we have just begun the session. I think it's all right now. So अब कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होना चाहिए यार. फोन ब्राइटनेस भी तो लो कर सकते हो यार. सिस्टम की ब्राइटनेस भी तो लो कर सकते हो यार. यार कलर्स का बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो गया यार. क्या कर दिया मैंने. यार मैं सिर्फ डिफॉल्ट पे कर रहा हूँ वापस से. यस बेटर. इट्स बेटर. बहुत डल नहीं लग रहा. आई थिंक इट्स अ लॉट डल नाउ. सो अगर किसी को प्रॉब्लम हो तो बता देना यार प्लीज. ओके सो वी आर गोइंग टू द. भाई आदत है डार्क मोड का. अब ना अचानक वाइट चीज़ें देखने से आंखें जल भाई. सेम सेम विद मी बट व्हेन आई एम रीडिंग अ बुक सो आई कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग. I was I have for this I have implemented one solution ki I have inverted the colors of the PDF, but it's not working. It's not working for inverting the colors because it's too black and there was small white text. So inverting is also not possible. So let's see. I will uh, try to uh, do something, find a substitute for this. So if you arrange, okay, so let's move to the concept of looping. 19 watching was the watching goes to 19. Nice. So the first row of the triangle we have done this. So in order to calculate the sum, you all know what to do. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, or the you can say you can implement a concept factorial. So since it is 5 rows, you can do 5 factorial. So okay, no, not the factorial, the what do you say, that sigma, okay, sigma. So you can implement sigma of the till 5 fifth row. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Okay, so we can calculate n rows, the number of some integers from 1 through n. Okay, the sum is known as triangular number. It is known as triangular number. Okay, if you have started with 1, the fourth triangle number is the sum of the consecutive integer 1 through 4. Okay, so if you started with 4 ending with started with 1 ended with 4, so total number of dots you have is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, so 10. Pretty basic. So let's just directly move to the new subscriber here. Thank you, buddy. Enjoy the stream. We are doing very basic today, and the future 2 3 streams will be a little bit uh, very basic. Okay, so the technique of program 5.1 works fine for calculating relatively small triangular numbers, but what happens if you need to find the value of 200? Okay, so although you can implement a formula to calculate the sum of n integers, that is n plus 1, but in this case, if you want to find 200 triangular number, so we will be implementing a formula here. So program 5.1 to explicitly add up all the integers from 1 to 100. Luckily there is an easier way. Okay, we can use looping, the concept of loop, but they have created a pretty basic program, header file name of the program, so I should be not repeating this again and again. So we should be moving directly to the content inside this curly braces. So they have named a variable triangular number. It is an int value. So I think 8 rows are present here. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So printf, the 8 triangular number is percent %i. Okay, so since it is an integer, we will be using percent %i's format specifier. You say that, so it will be calculating this result. So it's pretty basic. So it's the sum of integers from 1 to 8, or all the dots uh, that will be present from row 1 to row 8. So they are, I don't need to do the practical. Let's just move to the loops directly. So one of the fundamental properties of a computer is its ability to repeatedly execute a set of statements. So they are executing a set of statements repeatedly by the concept that is known as looping. So it enables you to develop a conscious program containing repetitive process that could otherwise require thousand or even million program statement to perform. Okay, so C programming contains three different kind of loop. You all are familiar, I guess. For, while, do. Okay. So let's just directly move to the for statement and we will be jumping to the program directly. So program to calculate the 200 it's triangle number introduction for of the first statement. So same header file, name of the program. Here we have specified two variables, n and triangular number. So first we are specifying that triangular number should be starting with 0. So n. So we have run a loop from n, that is n is equals to 0, and sorry, n is equals to 1. We have initiated triangular number with 0, but n is equals to 1, and n should be equal to or less than 200, and we should be implementing the value one by one. So firstly it will be 1, then it will be 1 plus 1, the next value will be 2, next value will be 3, 4, and so on. So we can use n plus plus here for incrementing, but we can, for the sake of simplicity, they are using n0 and 1. N is equals to n plus 1. So triangular number. So let's just move to triangular numbers. So we have set the triangular number to 0. So firstly it will be 0, then 0 plus n. So first n will be iterated as 1. So triangular number will be set to 1. And again, then when n will be iterated, no, don't see the answers, do it yourself. I'm not seeing the answers, I'm just explaining the codes here. I'm not seeing the answers. मैं डिटेल में कोड एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ. I think you are new to the stream and you don't know what we exactly do here. I'm not here to teach uh, you each and everything. I'm not a teacher, but I am also, revising or revisiting my concepts again. I'm not seeing the answers. It is a book that I'm referring to. It will be easier. Although I will be showing practicals, but the practical will be a bit different. I will be, just changing the digits and playing around with the variables and all. I hope you understand. I'm not seeing the answers. So firstly, the person that has joined from the basic and don't know what is for loop and all, so I need to explain it everything. I hope you understand. So again, we are using the printf routine. So we are specifying the string in the double inverted comma, that the 200 triangular number is %i, and we are taking the variable triangular number. Okay, so let's just write the program and we will be seeing the increment, how to increment instead of this n is equals to n plus 1. So let's just create a file for loop. Let's just name it for loop. Okay, so firstly we'll be including the header file for standard input output, and do we need maths? No, we don't need maths. So we will be beginning with the program, that is main, passing the argument void here, and no, don't see the answer. Okay, so are there any new comments? No. So let's just begin the program. Firstly, what we are doing here, we will be specifying our data type, that is int. We'll be taking two variables, n, and another one is triangular variable. So we will be represent triangular variable as tv, and we will be specifying that it is beginning from 0. So let's just end it with semicolon. Okay, so next what we have to do, we have to calculate the 200th number of dots in the 200th row till 200th row. So we'll be initiating a for loop. So for n, we will be specifying that n should be start with 1, and it will be go till n less than is equals to 200. Let's just take 100 in this case. Okay, again we will be incrementing the value. Let's just do n plus plus. Okay, so for loop you don't need to end with this semicolon. C is already known that how a loop is initiated. Okay, so for loop you have to, I think we have to begin a bracket. uh, okay, so what you are doing, you are now iterating the value of tv. So you add to you want to add, now you want to iterate the value of tv, but you want to use the loop of n. So it will create a pyramid in order to create a pyramid and iterating the value one by one. So what you are doing, let me just explain it once. So n loop is going to the, n loop is used to go to the single line one by one, and tv is used to print that dots here. We will be doing that soon for printing the pyramid, but I have explained it a bit easier. So no dots. Okay. So we'll be using TV plus n here, ending with semicolon. Okay, so we have, I think we should be terminating this loop. Okay, so loop is completed. So what we are doing now, we are printing the result. So for printing the result, so print f, and let's just write the result as, and since it is an integer, we will be using format specifier I. Okay, I have used dollar. uh, I am ought to use bash scripting, that is why I have a habit of using this dollar thing. TV, and just end this. Return the program state or the system state to 0. Have they used return 0 here? Okay, they have used return 0. Pretty good. But they have not used the bracket to specify this thing. I have used the bracket, no problem. You can, it depends on you. They have terminated with the new line, but don't no need in, I guess. So let's just save this, quit this, and let's just compile this. So GCC for loop.c, and we will be writing the output in the for loop. So since there are no errors, I think the file will be working now. For loop. Okay, so the result is 50-50. Nice. I think the program is working fine. Uh, okay, so program is working fine. So let's just move. So they have they done any kind of, so they have explained each and everything how they are working. So some explanation in the OAT for program 5.2. Okay, the method employed to calculate the 200th triangular number is really the same as they are used to calculate the 8th triangular number, and the integers from 1 to 200 are summed, or you can say sigma notation. If you are familiar with mathematics, you can use sigma notation, and n will be 1, oh, sorry, I will be 1 or k will be 1. In the sigma notation, the starting variable is stated as k, and it will be, let me just show you what I am talking about. Brave browser. I wish the board is clean. Let's take a blank board. So in mathematics, how it is uh, defined. There are many ways to define, but the thing I remember, this was the sigma sign. We initiated by k is equals to 1, and we will be ending it to 200. So how this is how it is denoted in mathematics. Hmm. So for int expression, loop condition, loop expression, okay. So they have given the provided a syntax. Let me just do one thing. Open the program in my terminal. Micro for loop C. So first n is equals to 1 is the init expression, and this is the loop condition. So we have given that the condition that you have to run till 100, including 100, because it is smaller than equals to. And loop expression, so we have given an expression that how you have to behave. So you have to just iterate yourself by 1. So you have seen that what modifications I have made. They have used n is equals to n plus 1, but you can use this increment operator plus plus, or if you want to go back, so you can use n minus minus. So in that case, n will be specified as 100 and it will go till 1. So reverse of this. So the three expressions that are enclosed within the parenthesis, init expression, loop condition, loop expression, set up the environment for the program loop. The program statement that immediately follows, which is of course terminated by a semicolon, can be a valid C program. Okay, the first component of our statement labeled init expression is used to set the initial value before the loop begins. So we have, before beginning the loop, we have set the value to 1 or initialize the value to 1. And what we have done next, so we have initialized it to 1, so before running the loop. So as you can see, an assignment is a valid form of an expression. Okay, so we have use an assignment operator in order to assign a value. second component of the for statement. So the condition or the condition that are necessary for loop to continue. So we don't want to run it till infinity. So we need to terminate this, or okay, so or give it a condition, so that we are telling the for loop that you have to stop here. So that is how the conditions work, loop conditions. So format statement is specified by the following relational expression like this. So these are relational expression. Okay. So the expression can read as n less than or equals to 200. Okay. So they are going too basic. So followed immediately by equals to sign is only one of several relation operators provided in the C programming language. So these operators are used to specific conditions. Okay. So these are operators are used to test specific conditions. The answer of that is yes or no, commonly true if the condition is satisfied, and no is the if the condition is false if the condition is not satisfied. So what are relational operators? So this is the list of the relation operators. If you're assigning something, so you have to use double equals to, and not equals to, in case of not equals to, it is exclamation mark, less than, so these are the pretty basic things. So they have, I think they have now done the basics of relational operator. Yes. So how relational operator is calculated, how they are calculated it in an expression. So first, if it is written like this, it will not firstly compare a, if it is greater than if it is smaller than b or not. Firstly, what it will be calculating, it will be calculating b plus c. And for example, a is 10, b is 5, c is 2. So it will not first compare it, because it cannot generate any integer, either it is true or false. But in this case, it will be first calculating the term, calculating the integer, that is 5 plus 2, 7. And the next expression, the final expression we have is 10, and it's smaller than 7, so the answer will be false. Or if you talk in boolean logic, it will be 0. So as would have expected to be true if the value a were less than. Okay, so same thing that I have said. So do not confuse, pay particular attention to is equal to operator, that is double equals to, and do not confuse it to use it with the assignment operator 0. Okay, so I think double is equals to is used to test anything, and it is used to assign anything. Okay, so assign the value to a variable, and it is used to test. So test if the value a is equals to 2 or not. Okay, so these are the two different cases. For testing, you have to use double equals to, and for assigning, you have to use is equals to. For in this case, we are assigning the value, we are initializing it with 1, so we have used single is equals to. But we have, if we in some loop, if you have ever heard about binary search, so when you run the loop and you find a particular number, so you test it with double is equals to if the number is equals to something in the loop. That will be covered in arrays. And okay, this is done, this is done. So returning to our example, the program statement that forms the body of the for loop. So triangular number, okay, is equals to triangular number plus n. So is repeatedly executed as long as the result of the relational test is true, or in this case, as long as the value of n is less than equals to 200. Okay, so it will be running, it will be keep running. Why we have kept it inside the for loop? Why we have specified the brackets here, although they have not? But the specific reason is we want to just confine this tv is used to tv plus n till 100. In this case, it is 200, but in this case we have taken 100, so we are confining that you should not be exceeding 100. So that's the reason. So storing the result back is the value of triangle. Okay, so when the loop condition is no longer satisfied, the execution of program continues with the program statement immediately following the for loop in your program. Execution continues with the printf statement. Okay, uh, whenever the condition is exceeding, so it will terminate the loop, it will stop the execution, and it will be moving to the next command, that is printf. You want to the result to be printed here. Okay, pretty basic. So let me explain what it is doing. Firstly, tv is 0. uh let's take whiteboard here. mm, can we not just, so in this case, first we have used, let's take it, t is equals to t plus n. So firstly, t is nothing but 0, so it will be 0. is equals to 0 plus 1. So the new value of t will be 1. Then t is 1, n is also 1. It will move again, and t is equals to 1 plus 1. It will print 2. It will again move. It will, just continues this iteration of tv, and it will again move to the next expression, that t 2 plus n 1, that is 3, and they are storing the value in this. So final value will be the sum of all the integers still from 1 to 100. I hope you understand this. So when the loop condition is no longer okay, so printf will be calculated, or printf will be executed. So is there anything important? So the final component of the for statement contains an expression that is evaluated each time after the body of the loop is executed in program 5.2. So this loop expression adds 1 to the value of n. Therefore, the value of n is incremented by 1 each time after its value has been added to the value of this triangular number, and the range is from value 1 to 201. Okay, so it is worth noting that the last value that n attains, namely 201, is not added into the value because it is exceeding the loop. Okay, so n cannot be equals to n201 because it is exceeding the loop. Or in my case, it will be 101. It should be not exceeding the loop. So let's just move forward. We have not printed that pyramid still, but we are calculating the number of dots present in the pyramid. No problem. So it is worth noting, okay, so in the summary execution for loops proceeded as follow. The initial expression is evaluated first. Okay, the expression usually sets a variable that will be used inside the loop, generally referred to as index variable, to some initial value such as 0 or 1. You have to initiate it with someone like 0 or 1. So in this case, it will be 0. Okay. The looping condition is evaluated. If the condition is not satisfied, the expression is false. Okay. If it is exceeding this limit of n smaller than or equals to 100, it will terminate. So loop is immediately terminated. Execution continues with the program statement that immediately follows the loop. So after the stopping the execution, it will be following this printf. The loop expression is evaluated. The expression is generally used to change the value of the index variable, frequently by adding 1 or it by subtracting 1. So in this case, we are incrementing the value in order to initiate the loop, in order to just add the numbers, but we can also subtract 1 from it. So we have to begin with 100 and go till 1, and we will be doing n minus minus, or n is equals to n minus 1. Same thing. So remember that looping condition is evaluated immediately on entry into the loop before the body of the loop has been executed one time. Okay, so it is a very important feature of for loop. So remember that looping condition is evaluated immediately on entry into the loop before the body of the loop has even executed one time. So why we are assuming the example of 101? So one iteration of like n is equals to 1 will be calculated before going to tv is equals to tv plus n. So this for loop is, you can just assume that it is moving one step ahead of this expression. uh, Pretty good. I hope you understand. So also remember not to put a semicolon after the close parenthesis at the end of for loop. Okay, if you so if you just end it with a semicolon, it will not be treated as loop. It will terminate automatically, because in c program is already known. C compiler, gcc compiler, already knows that this is used to terminate a line. So we don't need to terminate. We have the condition to terminate that. So because 5.1 actually generates all of the first 200 triangular, so let's just change it to 200 in order to you get the exact answer. So control sq. So 20100, this is what we were getting before. Okay, so I think the program is working fine. So because program 5.2 actually generates all that first 200 triangular number on its way to its final goal. It might be nice to generate a table of these number to save spaces. However, let's assume that you want to print a table of the first 10 triangular numbers. Okay, so same variables, same thing again. Print the table of triangular. Okay, print fn data sum of So I think this is done for this designing thing, but the main content is this. So what we are doing in this case. So when we have used TV, let me just show you once micro. So instead of this, you can also do like this. TV plus is equals to 1. Plus is equals to ni, sorry. So if you do control S, control Q, compile this, try to run this, so the result will be same. So triangular number is set to 0. We will be not printing this because it's just for the sake of uh, designing this table. So you can try this, you can try to do this, but we will not. So this time what it is doing, it is always, I think this time it is also, why they have used space. I think they have used space to print this individually. So let's try it my way, and we will be commenting this first. So this is same, this is same. Only the thing that is making difference is the print statement. Cursor, oh, my mistake. And bracket is same. Return 0 is same. I can use double backlash instead. Okay. So the difference is the printf statement. So here, what we are doing, we are specifying %i 2 times, or we can use %d also, %d. So we will using tab space to, just differentiate between two. %d again, comma. So this time I think we are printing both the variables. So first we will take n, comma, tv. TV is the what I have used here. TV, okay. So TV, okay, done. TV plus equals to n. So let's do it till 10 or 5. Let's take it 5. So what it will be doing, I guess it will be just no, don't see the. So it will be running this 1 2 3 4 5, this loop also, and it will also running the sum of the integers. So first will be first, then 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 4 10, like this. So let's take it till 10, and let's try to save it and execute this. Firstly we'll be compiling. Okay, so print, I think I have messed up the spelling. Hmm. So it is compiled. Let's try to run this. 11:55. In this case, they are getting the output like this. Okay, so they are running. Okay, I will tell you the problem. What's the problem? So we are just printing the final output. For example, we are using this printf statement outside the loop. So after all the things are calculated, okay, let's just see the result. What was the result for? So this is the final result. So what it is doing? So it's iterating the value till 10. Okay, why it is taking 11? Why it's taking? I think the for loop will be one step ahead. That is why it is printing 11, but it should not. Let's try to print this statement inside the for loop. Can we copy this? Copy selection. Uh, I think something is wrong here. Okay, the bracket will be closing the bracket. Return the system state to 0. Let's try to run this. Control SQ, enter. Uh, uh, we have compiled this. We want to run this. Where to do and run C programming in MacBook Air M3. MacBook Air M3. You can, if you see my community post, I have given an article for Mac OS. You can use, I should not suggest VS Code. You can use Code Warriors or Xcode, I guess. I don't know the exact name of the compiler. I think it is Code Warrior or Xcode for C programming. You can just refer to the articles. What is happening here? Let me just clear this once. It is printing 1, 5, 10, 55. Do I have done anything wrong here? Micro for loop C. N, TV. Okay, we have begin the loop. TV is equals to TV plus, let's just do this. TV is equals to, I think it will not be making any difference. Let's use a field separator instead of this, like this, or double. N TV. So they are also printing like this. Uh, N TV. Okay, this should work now. Control S Q. But I have not made any changes as such. Let's try to compile this once. Output file is for loop. Is it saved? Yes, it is saved. GCC for loop. Okay. Hmm. What have I done wrong? Let's just try to micro test.c. Not test.c. It was micro for loop.c. I'm using Xcode, but my college professor and said तुम Xcode क्यों use करते हो? I don't know why. क्यों use करते हो? I think it's completely depends on your choice. What do you want to use? Don't need to listen to any kind of professor or something. You find any kind of error while using Xcode or any problems, so you should be shifting to some other compiler, but you should not be shifting to some other compiler or someone's opinion. Okay, if you are comfortable with it, you can use it. What's the error? Okay, I should do it full screen. Let's just try to hmm. Okay, so firstly what we should do, we should end it with a new line character. uh, let's just use tab instead of field specifier. It should work now, I guess. Control S Q. GCC for loop output file in for tab, I guess. So it's printed without error, but we are not getting the exact thing that we want to. I think I have messed up the new line character, I guess. I have micro for loop.c. Okay, %d. TV specified. Okay, please tell what to do. So first tell me if you are comfortable with the Xcode or not. Are you facing any problem in Xcode? If you are comfortable with it, you should not be shifting to any other compiler on some other's opinion. First tell if you are comfortable with it or not. I will tell you the solution. Yes, if you are comfortable, then why to shift to some other compiler? If it is not showing more errors, or just library compiling errors or anything, you should stick to that only. Use one compiler. Okay, so we are resolving this error. They have uses no new line character. Let's just do control SQ, uh, compile it. Okay, okay, it's done now, I guess. So 1, 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4, 10. So the next value of n is 5, 15. Next value is 6, 21, 7, 28. Then adding 8, 36. Okay, we have got it. I am always comfortable with the VS Code I use. Okay, I have skipped. Is this min-gw compiler is available in Mac OS? Is it available? I don't know exactly if is it available, or if it is available or not. Min-gw I used in Windows 11 when I was having that. The operating system that I am streaming it with, it has previously Windows 11, but I have uh, corrupted it. I was playing around in the system, and now I have Kali Linux as my primary operating system. I think yes. Why think? Let me just search now. Let's just ask Brave. Is min GW available for Mac? It's not available for Mac. I'm telling the same thing. It's not available for Mac. There can be a GitHub repos on which you can get, but I think there is no official updates installed MinGW. Mac ports, no. So there is no official way of downloading MinGW. There can be existing, but I'm not able to see anything. So we have successfully executed the program. So only difference is the designing of the table. So they have just initiated it with this, but I don't want to do this fancy things. We just need the answer how it will be. So this is the loop of n, and this is the loop of TV. So how TV is working. Okay, by the way, which compiler you are using? I'm using Linux. No compiler needed. So in Linux, let me just show you. In Linux, you just need to type a simple command sudo apt install, and the every each and every library that is required for C compiler, you can use that. And I'm using micro text editor in order to uh, make C files or write into C files, and I'm compiling that by using GCC. What are you doing? uh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just streaming. Are you in college or what? I don't know. So let's just move to our next topic. What's the time? It's 9. Okay. I think 1 hour is already we have done, but we are taking a little bit much time. Okay. I don't know. I have to ask if I am still in college or not. Mm, where's our book? Okay. Nice. So we have seen how you can print both the loops. We have seen how this TV is working here. Okay, so it's doing nothing, but firstly it was 0. Okay, so first value was 0. We are adding n loop in this thing. So first value of n loop was 1, so 0 plus 1 is 1. Second value is 2, then we are adding 2 to this, then 3, adding 4, adding 5, adding 6, adding 7, adding 8, adding 9, adding 10. So it's always, we will not be going into the explanation. It's much boring. I will explain it my way, because we have to cover this basic C programming. Which course are you pursuing, by the way? Cybersecurity. Ask whom? Cybersecurity. I'm in cybersecurity. So if you are new to my stream and you don't know about me, I'm in cybersecurity from past 4 to 5 years, I guess. 4 years, 2020, 20, I guess, to 20 March. Okay, by the way, I'm your first in your channel. You are teaching every day or just some days? Every day, bro, every day. You can just go through my streams. We have done when I have started this channel 11 days back, 12 days back. We have just directly jumped to a, if you are familiar with cybersecurity, so there are war games. So basically we are solving a machines or CTF flags, and a specific organization that is bandit, we were using, and we were solving some kind of game or something, and we were using a Linux commands or Linux power to solve that. And the response that I have got, was not expecting that I will be getting this much of response, but on response, on the feedback, I have got that I should be starting from basics of Linux. So firstly, I have completed the Linux shell scripting. I think 6 to 7 lectures, around 3 hours, average 3 hour lecture of each, around 24 hours of content. And then we have begin C programming. Programming is although it is needed, but it's still underrated in cybersecurity, because we are just studying the basics of C, because we have to wind up this fastly and just uh, see the use of C programming, since it is a system programming. And if you know that Linux, Windows, and Mac OS is all are the fundamental programming language that we have used is C and assembly language. So in order to exploit the system or hack a system, we should be known what is the foundation of each and every operating system that you are using. Even your mobile phone is also based on Linux. So Android is also based on Linux. As iOS is also, I don't know exactly if it is based on Linux or not, but the foundation is C programming language and assembly. So that is why we are learning everything from basic, because everyone is not, aligned on the path of C programming. So I hope you understand. So we will be writing the exploitation scripts in C and in assembly language also. If you are willing to learn assembly language, you can join it after, because I think C programming, we will be taking 5 lectures basic, then 5 to 6 streams of secure coding practices, in which we will also see cryptography. And after that, we will be moving to exploit development and malware analysis. Also, another field of red teaming, that is reverse engineering. We will be seeing that how games are hacked. Today I tried to install Arch Linux and accidentally deleted the window EFI partition. No problem. Very common. For me, it's very common. Uh, you have deleted the window EFI partition. Have you heard about APFI? That is Apple File Internal System. APFI or APFS, I think. Apple File System. So I have deleted that. I have deleted my MacBook also. No problem. I have used, I think for 2 to 3 months, I have used which Linux I was using. I think I was using Red Hat or Fedora in that new MacBook M4. And it was only 1 month that I have, it's only 1 month old when I have accidentally just deleted Apple APFS system. AP or Apple file system, APFS it is called. So no problem. Installed, you can install Ubuntu if you want. For simplicity, you can use Ubuntu. Yes, take such series on AES. Please take series on AES. AES? What's AES? Is it some kind of abbreviation for? I don't know. Are you referring? I think AES. Are you referring to cryptography or something? Advance. I, I think you are referring to cybersecurity or something. AES. Advanced encryption system or what? Advanced encryption system or advanced encryption? I don't know. So yes, we will be covering that cryptography part in Mac is equals to Unix. Yes, I do. Advanced encryption standard. Yes, cryptography. Yes, we will be doing that. We will be doing that. But first, we need to, just so that everyone can be come on a single path. We should be studying the basics. Mac is equals to Unix, yes. So the parent operating system. If I think I have covered the history of Unix also in one session. I think introduction to cybersecurity. So the parent operating system is Unix. So Unix is developed in Bell Laboratories. I just again don't remember the name of the scientist, but it was developed in Bell Laboratories using the C programming language. So let's just move forward. So remember that the program statement immediately follows the following four statement. Sorry for the crackers noise. Happy Diwali, because today is Diwali and there will be a lot of doing a project on AES right now from scratch. Nice. What project are can you specify the project on which technology you are currently working in AES? I think if you are working on that AES, you should be familiar with uh, SHA-128, SHA-256, MDA5, MDA4, every kind of encryption. Yes, happy Diwali, bro. I forgot that too. I heard the crackers noise and I just realized that today is Diwali also. So just let's just move on. And they have, I think I have not told one thing, that is they have used plus plus n. So this is known as pre-increment, and we have used n plus plus. This is known as post-increment. I will tell you the difference of both later. So I think it will be covered in functions. We should not be going there. We will be going step by step, step by step. So post-increment, they have used pre-increment. We have used post-increment. No problem. The output is still same. So this is not the output. Where's the output? This is the output. So not going into this. I think they have explained this plus plus n. I think they have, yes. So n is equals to n plus one. Instead of funny looking expression, we can use plus plus n. The expression plus plus n is actually a perfect valid C expression. It introduces you to a new and rather unique operator in C programming language, that is increment operator. So it is known as pre-increment because we are first incrementing the value, then we are printing it. But I have used post-increment. So the function of the double plus sign or the increment operator is to add 1 to its operand. Operand is n here. Okay, so because addition of 1 is such a common operation programs. AES, GCM, NASM, NSM for high performance. Okay, so I think you are working some kind of firewall configuration. I hope I am right. AES, GCM. Yes. I think I've heard this before. I have reviewed one project regarding AES, GCM. I don't know the full form, but I am just familiar with the abbreviation. So we have seen increment. So of course, no programming language that offered an increment operator to add one would be incomplete without corresponding operator to subtract one. So I think if you are working with AES or GCM, you should be knowing. If you are working, have already worked with cryptography, I think you know the importance of C and C++ in cryptography. So of course, no programming language that offered an increment operator to add one would be complete without a corresponding operator to subtract one. So we have minus minus. So this is a pre-decrement and it's the post-decrement, or they have not differentiated. So some programmer prefers to do this plus plus or minus minus after the variable name. So this is acceptable if it is a matter of personal preference. So there is a difference between post-increment and pre-increment, and post-decrement and pre-decrement, I will tell you. So aligning output, one slightly disturbing thing that you might have noticed in program 5.3 is the fact that the 10th triangular number does not quite line up. My numbers are all lined up. I am a good programmer. So where is the previous value of n? 1 through n, 9 took up only one print position. Okay. So therefore the value of 55 is effectively pushed over an extra position. So you can use new line character here. So they have used percent to I. Okay. So statement in the place of corresponding. To verify this, change the trusted. I think I have not done this, but still I have got it percent to I. So I think it is somehow shifting the. Okay, so there is a space left behind 55, but in my case it's all right. So moving on, aligning operator we have seen. The character percent to I tells the printf routine that not only do you want to display the value of an integer at a particular point, but you also want to size of the integer to be displayed to take up two columns into the display. Okay. So size can be two in case of they are two characters, one and zero, one five. So I think they are just specifying that they can be existing two characters in a loop. But you also want the size of the integer to be displayed. Okay. So less than two columns, that is the integers 0 through 9 are displayed with a leading space. This is known as right justification. Okay. So this is the official term, right justification. GCM in ASM and ASM for high performance. Some advanced people have joined the session today. Good to see. Good to see the interaction. Mm, so the value that is to be displayed requires more column that are specified by the field width. Printf simply ignores the field width specification and uses as many columns as are necessary to display the value. Okay, so field width specification can also be used for displaying the values other than integers. You will see some of the examples. Okay, no problem. Not pay should not pay attention to this. I will be telling the important things of the C programming specific to cybersecurity. Okay, so program 5.2 calculates the 200 triangular, okay, and nothing more. If you want to calculate the 50th or the 100th triangular number instead, you have to go back and change the program. So that I think they have used scanf, okay, program input. So an easier solution might be if you could somehow have the program ask which triangular number you want to calculate. Then after you provide your answer, the program could calculate the desired triangular number. Okay, so they will use scanf function, I guess. Yes, they have. I'm a complete beginner. I started programming from class 8. Is this like a speed run? I should not say speed run, but you know what happens because uh, it's too basic. It's too basic. But 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 when you are exploiting a system, so these basic changes in the code uh, can be disastrous. So I try to pay attention to each and everything, but I cannot do anything. It's human nature because it's easy. I try to just cover it as fast as possible because we just want to shift to that spectrum of cybersecurity, the use of the spectrum of the use of C programming in cybersecurity. So I should not say that it is a speed run, but the problem is now I am in class 9. Oh, so you are in class 9. Okay, nice. I am currently in class 4. Nice. Nice to meet you, brother. Okay. So let's move. So they have take the input from the user that so what triangular number do you want to print? Okay. So they have inputted the from the user. So there's a syntax of scanf that you will be using a format specifier obviously, but if you want to assign it to a variable, you will be uh, writing like this and a number. So again, triangular number is set to 0. Let's just run this or made a separate program. So we'll be use micro for loop 2.c. So should I copy the content of that file? I'm in nursery, but nice. So if you just pass out from school, you will be already having, I think you will be having 10 PhDs in cybersecurity, botnets, cryptography, everything. IoT security. Every you will hold each and every PhD in cybersecurity field. Say, I have anyone of you specifically from cybersecurity field? I think Yash is from cybersecurity field. It is clearly seen. SE edits, I don't know exactly. What current technology what you are pursuing? Can you tell SE edits? One more person was there. Kids Fun. He was confused which compiler to use. uh, Let me just do one thing. Let me just copy the content of that file. Micro for loop.c. So we don't need to write it again. It will save our time. Paste clipboard. Paste clipboard. Okay, it's not working. Why you are not working, brother? Control Shift V. Why it's not pasting? Pasted clipboard, but where have you pasted the clipboard, man? क्यों है भाई? Copy selection. Paste clipboard. Not working. Paste selection. Okay, it's work. Clipboard is not pasted, but selection is pasted. So to be honest, cryptography is all about mathematics and low-level programming. Yes, that is why I hate it. That is why. That is the reason. The back end of cybersecurity. Yes, you can say the cybersecurity is the back end of each and every field, like web development and all the field that you can imagine, including AI. Cybersecurity is the backbone of AI, but cryptography is the backbone of cybersecurity. Back end of cybersecurity, you can say. If you are in cryptography, you have a quite good mind. If you continue, although I have also decided that I will be studying cryptography, but when I have seen so much abbreviation, standards, encryption, decryption, RSA, if you have heard about, and public key, static public key, and private key, cipher, uh, I just got back to penetration testing. So that is what the field I'm currently pursuing. Penetration testing, all the fields of red teaming I am currently seeing. For example, malware analysis, exploit development, penetration testing, vulnerability assessment, or reverse engineering. Not cryptography, but I will at some part of life I will learn that too. Uh, let's just do one thing. That's why my tech stack is very limited. Yes, it will be. Your job will not be replaced by AI. I think. Uh, where were we? So int void and tv0. So okay. So here after that. So I think we will mention that later. But first, what we will do, we will be asking that print f that you should be give any number, give any number, and just just this. We will be scanning the output of this like using the format specifier percent %i because we are using integer, so percent %i, and comma we will give an argument that we are storing this in num. We have not given that we are using another variable num. We can use n, or because we are this time we are inputting the value of this condition, so we will take a new number that is num. Bro, can you just confirm that? I think AI cannot replace the jobs of cybersecurity experts. I should not say that. Some of the jobs are already replaced in cybersecurity also. If you have ever heard about blue teaming, SOC analyst. So what was the role of SOC analyst? So basically SOC analyst, because it's the backbone of AI. Cybersecurity, cybersecurity is pretty much underrated, and you know the wrong definition is widespread in the market. But if you talk about AI and cybersecurity on the same plane, so yes, it's true that AI has replaced some jobs of cybersecurity. For example, you have ever heard about blue teaming. So specifically in blue teaming, there exists SOC analyst. So the role of SOC analyst was to monitor the data. So there was a organization. There is an organization. For example, take a scenario. There is an organization. So they are a web development. So they have deployed everything, they have done anything, or they are doing everything on daily basis. They are storing their cloud data and all. They are just doing every random stuff. So what's the role of SOC analyst? So they monitor each and every data. So they monitor the data, incoming traffic of the website, outgoing traffic of the website. If there are existing any type of malicious IP address that are targeting our system, or just try to log in again and again. So they basically, what's the role of SOC analyst? They read the log files of all the systems that are working in organization. So currently they're, so SOC level 1 are replaced by AI, because there are AI AI integrated intrusion detection system, AI integrated and log analyzers, log readers. So even the, if you talk about red teaming, so basic jobs, level 1 jobs, either it is of penetration testing, vulnerability assessment. So the level 1 jobs basically, uh, what it asks you about the knowledge of specific tools. For example, if you want to do reconnaissance, you should have a knowledge of FUF, GoBuster, Meltego, and Map. If you want to do resource development, you should have a knowledge of that Metasploit framework and MSF Venom, and many more. You should have a basic crust of all the knowledges, AID. So you should have a basic crust of all the tools. But now what happens there? So it's time of automation, and all the tools are automated by itself. If you see, there is a tool now, LLM Nmap, if you have ever heard about. So in Kali Linux latest release, I think 25.8 release, so they have added 3 to 4. Hey bro, any recommendation and tips to get pen test and security jobs? Pen test and security jobs, security engineer jobs, any recommendations? So you should be targeting specific certification first, industry ready certification. So you can go for CEH or security plus, CompTIA security plus of basic. If you want to go from basic, so you can have network plus of CompTIA security plus. Then you can go for CEH, then CPENT, cybersecurity certified penetration tester. Then the larger exam, which is too expensive, that is OSCP, offensive security certified professional. And you can, I have OSCP. So why you are here, man? You still are not able to get a job after OSCP. So there can be a reason you are, I just got this month, okay. You have OSCP plus, I guess. OSCP plus, because OSCP is not valid now. It's upgraded to OSCP plus. It has a lifetime. It it had a lifetime validity before, but it has now 3 years of validity. I hope you know that. What cost you have beard in order to get OSCP? Can you tell how much you have paid? So we were talking about, yes, we were talking about AI in cybersecurity. So every job that is too basic and ask very less things, or the pre-existing technologies, so that are replaced by AI. I should say OSCP plus for 3 years, OSCP lifetime. So yes, if you target other certificates of offensive security, such as I think OSWE, Web Export, and OS Exploit Development, OSED. If you get 3 certificates of offensive security, all the 3 certificates will be lifetime, will be of lifetime validity. You don't need to. So in the next 3 years, you have time to get all the certificates. Hmm. I think we should have a dedicated session on cybersecurity again. I had this session before, but at that time my channel was not that much recommended. After 10th, I should choose diploma engineering or 10th. So you are in 10th and you have already qualified OSCP. Nice. So after 10th, I should choose diploma engineering or get 12th and go through all the things that most other people do. Hmm, you should be going for 12th. Diploma in engineering, I can't suggest. What roles do I target? So you have qualified OSCP. I think they have given you enough documentation what roles you can apply. I'm currently using LinkedIn. No, man. If you have completed or get the OSCP for real, you have built it a network. You have given a status of that you have OSCP, you have added to a certain kind of group. Because if you are qualifying OSCP, it's a big deal, and there are a lot of privileges. So you should not be going randomly on LinkedIn to apply jobs. You have qualified OSCP, brother. I'm not hyping the certificate, but I think you have created or have some kind of strong network in cybersecurity. I personally don't have OSCP certificate. I'm telling you honestly, but I have a good network of cybersecurity. uh, I have persons or I have friends in each and every domain of cybersecurity. I have made that much network. So making network in cybersecurity is important. You should be knowing that what technology is currently in use. And that is why I'm just commenting on why AI has replaced a little bit of cyber. So not here in us, lol. You have not. I'm shocked to know that you have cleared OSCP, but you still don't have any kind of network in cybersecurity. It's quite strange. It's too strange. I'm planning to apply I have targeting to get a job in cybersecurity and hardware engineering. That's the two thing I am interested in. Cybersecurity and hardware. Cybersecurity electronics, I should say, it's a great branch. You can develop your devices. You should be having a good knowledge of ESP32 and Arduino. I hope you are familiar with Arduino. It's a good branch if you are specifically targeting cryptography, the fusion of cryptography and hardware engineering. It's a quite emerging branch, I should say. IoT security, if have you ever heard about. If you are an AI, you are learning LLM models, and side by side you are also doing cybersecurity frameworks. So how did you create your network? How did I create my network? So it's very interesting thing to tell. So if you have, I think, hello world print. Nice. So I am the US planning to apply to India now. I am working as SDE here in the US. Nice, yeah. You are already you are much qualified than me. Why are you asking me? So how do you create your network? So I have already told in the uh, starting session, but I guess there were not that much of audience or interaction in the stream. So I have completed my cybersecurity and cyber forensics. There was a minor degree in IIT Guwahati, if you ever heard about that college, IIT Guwahati. So I think 1.5 years back, I have got that minor degree in cybersecurity, computer forensics, ethical hacking. You can say penetration testing. You can say I'm also familiar with the ESP32 and Arduino. Yes, good. You should be knowing how to write the scripts of Arduino. You should be familiar with Python. C is very important. So don't know much about cybersecurity jobs in India, so needed some tips. Why you want to shift to India? Then if you have a good network in uh, US, why do you want to shift to India? Are you origined in India, or you were just are you origined in US? From exactly from where are you? Are you from India or US, or you are just from India living in US, or you are from US willing to come to India or shift to India? Because I should honestly say that because the job market, cybersecurity market, I should specifically target in India is too underrated and too less. There are not that much roles. Personal family reasons. Okay, no problem. So in India, there are no specifically that much of roles. Although there are roles, many roles of very high level, they you should be uh, having experience of at least 10 to 15 years in cybersecurity in order to get that thing, because there exist roles of cybersecurity in India also, but they are uh, you need too much experience in that thing. Okay, that's why I am here to get better knowledge and see. We will be soon resuming the session, but this talk is quite interesting. IITs must have really helped in creating network. Yes, a lot, because there are four batches and one batch has 60 students. So we were in that network of 240 students, and all the students were targeting cybersecurity. So I was not eligible for the placement because my age was too low, and my peer or my all the friends that were, you can assume that they were uh, 5 years older than me, 5 to 6 years older than me. So they were placed after the minor degree. I was not placed because I don't have a legitimate graduation, or you can say any technical degree, B.Tech or BCA. So that's the reason why I was not placed after the minor degree. Although I have no intention to get placed in cybersecurity at at present, because I want to learn more and more about cybersecurity. So any group I can join to grow my network. I will be soon creating a Discord. What is the average salary of cybersecurity expert? What specific field? In cybersecurity expert, what specific field you are trying to ask? My webcam is off. Why? You have not told that my webcam is off. Uh, nice. From how much time my webcam is off? Connecting. Okay. I think I'm visible now. What is the in hardware? No placement for low age. So are you graduated now? No, I'm not. Still not. I am not graduated. I'm just learning. Thanks. Okay, thank you. If you want a specific session on cybersecurity regarding all the fields, and it's been only 2 minutes. Okay, no problem. So in cybersecurity, specifically in cybersecurity, no relevant field I will be telling. So highest paying is, if I just show you the or tell you the hierarchy, so the highest paying job is of cloud security. It's true. You should have a knowledge of cloud, AWS, Azure, and Google. So cloud security is the highest paid. Currently, it's the highest paid. After that, you have penetration testing, you can say, or I think there exist some other branches. So there is another uh, branch of cybersecurity, that is GRC, government risk and compliance, that works on legal matter of cybersecurity. You have seen the terms and condition, IES standards, ISO standards of a company. Have you ever seen? So the person who makes that policy and all the things, that is what the GRC is. So they just good in risk management and compliance. So they just make a framework for a company. So that is also highest paying job, because you have to have a ample knowledge in laws, law firm and all. And then penetration testing, my field, or now it is upgraded to, firstly the web vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, both were different. In vulnerability assessment, we just test the system and tell that this is the problem in the system and this can be compromised. And penetration testing, we also give the solution. Now the both the fields are combined, and VAPT is formed, that is vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. So how much average in cloud security? If you talk about India, if you are from a good college, tier 1 college, because college plays a good role in placing you. But if you are going from college placement in cloud security, red teaming, Siddharth VS, so new viewer to our stream. If you are talking about cloud security as general, so I think 12 LPA. Average, I should not say, but it's the lowest. 12 LPA is the lowest. Red teaming, yes, we are discussing about red teaming. We are discussing about the AI roles, have AI replace cybersecurity, and just discussing how much package you got, and different fields of red teaming. Red teaming is a broad term. So there are penetration tester. I have already told that VAPT is now combined, vulnerability assessment and penetration tester. Now you have to hack the system from the permission. You will find the vulnerabilities, and you have you also have to give the solution for that to the deployment or the development team. You should also have a uh, knowledge of secure coding. That is why I am now insisting on coding. I am not known to C before. All A little bit knowledge I have of C, but not that complete knowledge like DSA level. I have knowledge of Python and Bash still. Average is cloud security 20 plus, 20 LPA plus. If you gradually go first, like basic entry level cybersecurity analyst, you can also target layer, the government sector. Yeah, government sector is also increasing in cybersecurity. I hope it will also in the next 3 to 4 years. Like you can join Investigation Bureau, IB. You can join RAW. You cannot join RAW directly. You can join DRDO. You can also try to apply for jobs like bank security. If you have ever heard about SBI, take technical exams. So you should have a combined knowledge of all the computer science, not just cybersecurity. So that is the loophole that is currently Indian job market. If I tell about, you should have a complete knowledge of computer science, not specifically cybersecurity. But if you go out, uh, because finding job in outside India, it's not that much easy. But although you will be having package near to 90 lakh or 1 cr, I can say 1 cr, but you will have the, so what you can say that uh, the cost of living is also high as compared to that. If you have offered around 1 cr 2 cr, the cost of living will also be like that. If I talk about outside India, and you cannot directly get the job outside India. Rare case exists, but you cannot just get direct. You should have a small kind of, some kind of experience. I hope I have answered all the questions. Let's just start the session again. I think I am getting a quite interaction in my session. New people are joining my stream. So I should be having a free session in which I will be taking your questions. We will be discussing the job market of cybersecurity, uh, AI, both advantages and disadvantages of AI in our cybersecurity. You can use AI also in cybersecurity for your uh, growth, or for your, so what you can say, ease of doing task or ease of writing scripts. So it has both pros and cons of using cybersecurity. So where were we? We were asking the user for an input. So after talking that much about cybersecurity, we moved to that basics of C. Nice. So printf, give in any number, okay. Scanf percent I stored in num. So now we will be given the condition that you should be stop that loop at num. Rest of the code is same, I guess. And tv return 0. Let's just try to save and compile this. GCC for loop, it's 2, and for loop 2. Hit enter. So scanf. Okay, okay. No problem, no more problem, I guess. Control SQ. Okay, so no compilation error. So given a number, let's take 100. Okay, now it's working. So it is working somewhat wrong. Let me just take the print statement outside the loop. It's working a little bit wrong. Micro. We have to take this out. And indentation is not a case in C. For loop 2. Let's take 10. Why it is giving minus? Have I done anything wrong? Let's just try to micro for loop to C. And TV num. Okay, so they have initiated with 1, where they have taken number. Okay, plus plus n, we will do n plus plus. So this is same. TV is equals to TV plus n, or TV plus is equals to n. We are just getting the input here. What's the output in this case? So triangular number is percent I is number, and triangular number. Okay, so let's just not print n this time. And what we will be doing, the triangular number is percent I or percent D, anything you can use. Percent D. We will close this. So uh, return 0, printf is out of the statement, scan is, I have -8 and -7.5 power in my lenses. Is that a common, or I have a high myopia? Uh, it's it's high, I guess, but I will be matching that soon if I am continue this. If you go through my channel, I have streamed around 4 hours or 3 hours, but I think I will match that too. I will match it. Control S, Control Q. Let's try to compile this. Let's run this for loop 2. Given a number, we will give 10. Why this is like this? 10722. It should be not like that. It should be 55. If they are giving 100, they are getting, okay, again. So we are getting random numbers. If we give 10 again, oh my god, we give 10 again. No such file directory. uh, 10, this time it is different. 10, this time it is different. I think I have messed up the code. I have messed up something. So this random numbers come when we have used some kind of float or something, but in this case, uh, int n number triangular, okay, int n num, we have used tv in place of triangular number. Printf, okay, we have not initiated tv is equals to 0. Let me just do one thing. Let me just initiate here before for loop tv, although it will not make any difference, but still, it, that is why it is taking random number of tv. So control sq. It should work now. We will give 10, it should print 55. Okay, now it's working. We will give 100, it should print 5050. If we give 200, it will give 20100, I guess. 200, 20100, yes. So it's, I think it's working now. It's working. It's working fine. We have also seen that example in which we are getting this. So we will also be doing one thing, do micro, and this just printing this out of the uh, just take it, take this in the for loop, and hit enter, control sq. So it will at every step it will, okay, formatting problem. Oh no, I have not initiated tv with 0. That is the problem. So by default operating system, it will take any random value of tv. That is why we are getting different values every time we are trying to run the program. So we have edited it, no? Yes, we have edited it. Now we will compile this and we will run this. So now it will give each and it will give the sum at each and every step. So triangular is oh nice. Okay. I should be doing comment line, new line comment. So micro. So we should be making mistakes in order to learn. So that if I directly just copy paste this, it will not be of any sense. New line character n. So the problem is the sensitivity of my keyboard is too high. Okay, so let's just save this and we'll compile it again. Although it is easy, but we are getting the error again and again. Nice. Given a number, we will give 10. So trying number is 1. So it is just calculating the sum at each and every step of the loop of n. Okay. So for n1 it is 1, n2 it is 3, 6 is 6, 10. Again adding 6, adding 7, adding 8, adding 9, adding 10. Okay, it's working fine. New line character. Okay. Uh, in programming 5.4 output, the number typed in by the user 100 is set to. Let's take a quick water break. My hair is also messed up. So I am switching off the camera. Let me drink some water. So let's just move forward. So I thought of, let me ask in the poll. So it's approx 2 hours. So how much is for this loop left? Because we have taken ample of time in discussing of the relevancy of cybersecurity. It's all right, no problem. But what I have planned, that we will be doing program looping, making decision, working with arrays and working with functions today only. But the sound of crackers, it is increasing. So show session duration. So you can just answer because it's Diwali. You should also be enjoying. So there's a small poll you can answer. So should we have a session for like regular we do that 4 to 5 hours? Or should we just take 1 hour, 1 more hour to finish the loop thing? And we will not be discussing anything outside this C programming. So that we should quickly wind this up. 3 hours, one vote is there, 3 hours. So we'll be ending till 10:30 or 11. 4 to 5 hours. Okay, 4 to 5 hours. I have no problem. I can do that all night. No problem. So I will see it later. Let's just complete this loop thing. High level languages. So I guess this is done. So what do we have next? So nested for loops. Okay, nested for loop. So for loop inside a for loop inside a for loop, like this. So program 5.4 gives the user flexibility to, have we left anything important here? So I think it has given the introduction of scanf and we don't need that. I guess you don't need the introduction of scanf, how it is working. Let me just quickly explain you the syntax. So we will be using scanf. So the working of scanf is written in the header file of include standard input output.h, and we have specified the format specifier that it will be an integer, and you should be storing that in a number, a variable that is named as number, and rest all same. So this is the syntax, and you should be terminating it with a semicolon. So the reason, uh, the programmers don't know the reason why we use semicolon here and not in the for loop. So in C programming, the GCC compiler, compile one by one, all the lines one by one. So to interrupt the action of GCC, what we do, we ought to write this semicolon, so that GCC know that I have to move to next line. Why not in the case of for loop? So for loop is iterating again and again. If you specify a semicolon here, what it will do, it will just take one case like n is equals to 1, and it will not do anything. It will iterate like this. So for stopping or interrupting the action of for loop, we have condition to stop that. Okay, so that is the reason we have not used semicolon for for loop or any kind of loop. We cannot use semicolon in while loop or in do loop also. Okay, it's pretty basic, but still many people don't know. So we will not be going there. Okay, so they have discussed something about pointers. So the second argument of the scanf routine, okay, this is the second argument, and number. So specify where the value that is typed by the user is to be stored. So it should be stored, and the and character before the variable number is necessary in this case. Don't worry about its function here, though chapter 11 pointers. So this is no this is the most important concept of C when you are doing memory exploitation, if you have ever heard about. So this is very, very much important. So we will be discussing why we have used and in front of the variable. I think this is the important. This okay. this is not. So we will be shifting to nested for loops. So program 5.4 gives the user flexibility to have the number calculate any triangular number that is desired. So, however, if the user has a list of 5 triangular numbers to be calculated, she can simply execute the program 5 times. Okay, each time typing in the next triangular number from the list to be calculated. Okay, so in order to overcome this problem, we have nested for loops. Another way to accomplish the same goal, and a far more interesting method as far as learning about C is concerned, is to have the program handle the situation on its own. Okay, so this can be the best accomplished by inserting a loop in the program to simplify the entire series of calculation 5 times. So you know by now that for statement can be used to set up such a loop program 5.5 and its associated output illustrate this technique. So let's just see program 5.4 and we will be creating a file. Oh, we will use micro nested for dot c. Hit enter. Okay, so we'll be creating a new file. You just copy this. So we have used include. Okay, this is known. Okay, so let's just copy this and paste here. So this is common, including the header file, naming the program, passing the word argument. So here we have used, okay, in place of this triangular number, I am very lazy, so we will be using tn and counter same, everything same. So let's move forward. Let's just ignore this. Okay, so okay, so we are now beginning the structure of for. So we are writing for. What we are doing exactly, they have not mentioned. uh, Counter 1 till 5, they have initiating the incrementing the counter. What triangle number do you want? Okay, so it will be printed again and again, I guess. Okay, scanf. Okay, they are taking the input of scanf triangular number 0 plus n. Okay, they are just running this 5 times. Why? What's the need? We can do this quickly. So with how much duration you are comfortable with, you can continue. So I think 83% is 4 to 5 hours. You guys don't want to enjoy Diwali. So my comfortable duration, I it depends how the session is going. Okay. So today we have taken a small time in discussing cybersecurity related things. Okay, so we will be going till please teach what are libraries. The Chaudhary. I know this person, I guess. Please teach what are libraries. So you are telling me to jump into this h files dot h files. So for now this is stdio.h. It is uh, input output. So in this file .h file, so how the keywords that are pre-known to C, like printf, scanf, or you can say these are routines. So the behavior of these routines are written in this stdio.h. Till now we are using this library only, and I guess I answered your question. You want me to discuss each and every library in C? We will discuss, but it will be relevant to cybersecurity, the libraries that are used in cybersecurity. Adit Chaudhary, do I know you? Do I know you? Because I have guessed by your profile pic of Batman. Have I guessed right? So let's just move to for loop. So counter we will be using C. We will doing it a little bit fast. We are just beginning it with 1 and giving it a condition that you should be running till 5. and just increment yourself again and again. And we will not be terminating this. We will be adding a new loop, that is printf, and enter the number or triangular number, and we'll doing scanf, and just since it is an integer. No, I am from IIT Guwahati. Nice. I have not shared this channel link to that network. Okay, so you are from IIT Guwahati. Are you doing BTech? What you are doing? So we will be specifying it with format specifier %i scanf. We will be storing that into number variable, and is it okay? So we will specify that TV will be starting from 0. Okay, we will be beginning the loop for another loop, that is n start from 1, and it will be terminated at the condition that it should not be exceeding, I guess it should not be exceeding num or number, and we are just incrementing the value. uh, Enter. No, 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 no. And just nice. The keyboard is too sensitive. So we will be doing TV plus is equals to n, or TV is equals to uh, TV plus n. Not currently in IIT Guwahati. So I was just learning loops and your stream recommended me. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Subscribe to the channel and just do what I am doing. So we will be printing this outside the loop, but we want the result again and again. So we will be printing this statement triangular number inside the loop. Let's try to do this, because we want it to print again and again. We want the result to print again and again. So result, or you can say triangular number, is %d or %i, anything you can use, and your triangular number is tn. Okay, so one mistake I have done here is uh, we have written TV. I guess no problem. I was just roaming around and I understood. Nice, because I think you are just enjoying the stream and you are not liking it. It's bad. You're not subscribing my channel. Please subscribe. But honestly, if I tell you, when I have started this channel, uh, I have no motive of teaching anything. I have just I have started this channel so I can, because when I was learning cybersecurity back 4 years back, it was not structured. I was just randomly learning anything like how to hack a Wi-Fi, how to hack mobile phone, how to hack Instagram. I started with that. Then I officially entered in cybersecurity. I have learned networking and all. So I just want to document everything I have done till now, or have a session so that I can build a habit of studying for 4 to 5 hours. So that is why I've just started live streaming on a suggestion of my friend that you should stream everything you do, because cybersecurity or hacking is pretty cool according to him. So I just started this, and on the feedback, why did you side parenthesis? Because we don't want to give any kind of argument. So for not specifying any kind of argument to int main, so we have used void. Since we are not using any argument inside the code, we are not using any kind of variable outside the function, so we just use void. Void can be nothing, null. Okay, I think this program will work now. Return 0, we will do return 0, system status to 0. Isn't it better to leave it empty? It can be better. I have told you, I am just following this book. So it can be empty. I don't know what will happen if it is empty, but the standard thing I have used before also, this is what I am doing. Because we also pass arguments inside this main, so I ought to write this void. If I want to change, okay, so what I do, I just copy this content like till here and return 0 and change. If I want any kind of argument in place of void, I just write that. Okay, so because I was using nano before, so nano has a feature you can find a word and replace it. So I find void and just replace that. If I find blank space, yeah, cybersecurity is so cool. Continue your work, we appreciate it. Okay, thank you, thank you very much. इसे रन करते हैं ना, क्या होगा? uh, so GCC nested, I think पोल आया है कि 4 to 5 hours का सेशन रखना है, बट आज आज थोड़ा सा रेस्ट. आई एम नॉट दैट आई हैव नॉट दैट मच एनर्जी. We will be having 4+ hours of stream today. So nested for .c, we will be writing the output in a new file. Let the name of new file be nested, only nested. Hit enter. Okay, so I get a empl of, okay, the spelling of printf. I have not terminated with semicolon, and there is a bracket error also. Nice. So spelling of print, and I have not terminated it with the colon. There's one more error. This colon. So for loop started here. Inside this another for loop started. So I need to, just do one more bracket. So this is the bracket for this for loop, and these are the bracket for this for loop. I think it is working. It will work now. Okay, so it is working. Let's just do nested. Enter number. We will do 10. Okay, new line character again. So in India, less people talk about things like cybersecurity, but then you are returning 0 in the end. Yeah, cybersecurity is so cool. Continue your work, we appreciate it. But you are returning 0. So there is a, I will give you a valid reason why I have returned 0 here. Because I want, when I'm not teaching C as a programming for those who only want to learn C programming, but I am teaching C as of it is applied in cybersecurity. So when we are uh, exploiting something in the system, we got a C script or C programming script, and we want to see the system status. So every code has a unique status of return. So why I have a habit of writing return 0? I want that my system status should be 0. Cybersecurity isn't cool, but penetration hacking is cool. That university don't teach. Huh, we can say, but penetration testing is a part of cybersecurity, and you are saying cybersecurity isn't cool. You are not familiar with cybersecurity, what it is. To me, at least, you are not familiar what is cybersecurity. Because outside penetration testing, there are many branches, especially GRC, Government Risk and Compliance. They give you, matlab, blank check. They give you blank check. You just, if you are a higher person, you have a lot of experience. They give you blank check. You just construct a policy for a company, a legal policy for a company. You don't know. You should be seeing the world outside the penetration testing. Although I am in penetration testing, my all my the skills I have developed is all around revolve around penetration testing, but cybersecurity is itself, it's very cool. I will not say blue teaming. It's boring. Blue teaming is boring because you just monitor logs and just see if there is some kind of error and report to the team. Very basic. So let's just terminate this because it's making error. And what error we have done? I think we have not. By printing this, new line character should be there. So n. So since there will be two outputs, like enter the number, and this also, should we use two new line characters? I don't know what they have used in the book, but let's just test it. nested. Enter the number 10. Tn is 1, Tn is 3, Tn is 6, Tn is 10, 21. Okay, okay, okay. Enter the number again. So they are getting only one output, but since I have printed this in the loop, that is why I am getting the sum at each and every step. So enter a number. Let's print 3. So 136. Okay. Let's print 7. So it will be 136. So after 6, we will add 4, 10, 15, 21 till 21 or 28. Okay, 28 we will get. Enter the number. Let's use 100. It will be okay. Nice. It will calculate the sum at each and every step. So adding, incrementing number one by one, like 7, then 8, 9, 10, and so on till 100. So it will be running 5 times. So now it is ended. Now I guess you got it. I think, although I have sessions, if you see, it's around jumping over to 3.5 hours or 4 hours. But today I think don't have much energy to take a long session. We will be completing loops because we have a whole lot of discussion on cybersecurity. So my mind got a little bit jumbled and it got distracted from the C programming. So we have seen the output. So why it is printing everything. So I guess when I do micro, nice, micro nested for C, I have printed it in the loop. That is why it is, just giving the sum at each and every step. From which state you are? I am from India. I am from India, I should say. No specific state. I am from India. Okay, just make a wild guess from my tone, from my language. What uh, what you guys think? If you got the answer, I will just give you a thumbs up. Okay, so Control S. We will leave it as it is, no problem. So let's just clear the terminal. And if you want to now, let me just tell you two commands. I think you are already familiar with. If you want to look cool in cybersecurity or you just need to look like a hacker, you can do cmetrics. So it is cool. I am hacking something. I think West Bengal. No, 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 no. Uh, if you want to look cool, you can use this C matrix thing. Why it is stopped? Yes, it is stopped, I guess. Like this. So I think Assam, Kerala. No, 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 no. Take more guesses because from my accent and my uh, way of delivering, you cannot predict my state. Odisha, no, 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 no. You cannot predict because I am talking in English. Bihar, no, no. Little close because मैंने अभी हिंदी बोलना शुरू नहीं किया इसलिए नहीं महाराष्ट्र नहीं यार नहीं आती मराठी मुझे आई एम फ्लुएंट इन हिंदी आई कैन मैं हिंदी बोल सकता हूँ बराबर बिल्कुल बढ़िया और अब तो गेस कर लो सो we have done this nested for loops. They have still not given any program to print the patterns. UP, guess more. Uh, quite there. You not you will not be able to guess that from my way of delivering or talking. The Where were we? So moving on, we have done this program. So I will not go in the detail. So it is just repeating it 5 times. So for loop variants, Jharkhand. You have guessed it right, man. You have guessed it right already. You have guessed it right already. It's UP. It's UP. You have already guessed it. So one variable that you want to initialize before the loop begins, or more than one expression that you want to evaluate each time through loop. So multiple expression, how you can, we have already done this. We have already done this, but we will be doing it again. So you can include multiple expression in any of the fields for for loop, provided that you separate such expressions by commas. For example, for statement that begins with I0. So they have, they have comma separated values. They are just uh, they are beginning a loop, but they are just doing some other gigs with the loop. So they have used comma to separate the two different things, but they have used semicolons to separate the arguments. So the field that is separated by semicolon, they are known as arguments. Okay, so this is one argument, this is the second argument, and this is the third argument. So the value I is set to 0 and the value of j is set to 0 before the loop begins. So both are set to 0. So the two expression now I0 and J0 are separated from each other by a comma, and both the expressions are considered the part of init expression field of the loop. So as another example of for loop starts, I is 0, j is 100. So I is less than 10 plus plus I. So I think this is the first argument. This is the second argument. So what it will be doing, it will be subtracting the value of j, like minus 10, like 90, 80, but till how? Till matlab till where? So it will be subtracting this 10 value of 10 from 100 till this loop ends. I am from Milky Way galaxy. I am from Kepler 32-8c1. I am from Kepler 32-8c1. Hi. So set of two index variable I and j, okay, omitting the fields. So just as need might arise to include more than one expression in a particular field of the for statement, the need might arise to omit one or more fields from the statement. So the most common application for omission of a field in for the statement occurs when there is no initial expression that needs to be evaluated. So the init expression field can be left empty. So if you don't want to, just confine this second statement into some kind of termination, so you can just leave it blank. Okay, so in such case, as long as the semicolon is still included, it will run. Okay, so this statement might be used if j were already, so j is, so you should be printing this statement till j is not equals to 100. We have not specified the value of j, but we are incrementing it with 1. So a for loop that has its looping condition field. So this is the looping condition. Okay, field omissive is effectively set up a infinite loop. So if we don't give any loop, it will run infinite. Okay, so such a loop can be used provided there is some other means. So if you want to create a brute force attack, you want to create a dictionary attack, you want to perform a dictionary attack, you can use for loop. A basic dictionary attack, you can use a for loop without the looping condition. So it will not be stopped at any condition, it will be running continuously. So moving forward, such a loop can be used, okay, provide return, break, or go to statement. We can use break to break the loop. So declaring variables, so inside, so I think these are the functions of for loop variants. Okay, so you can also declare the variables inside the loop. You cannot just, you should not need to not justify before while just defining the function. You can just define the data type inside the loop. So you can also declare variables as a part of your initial expression inside a for loop. This is done using a normal ways. You have defined variables in the past. For example, they have mentioned counter is a int data type, so they have declared the variable here only. So counter should be run till 5 when the value is equals to 5 or should be less than 5, and it will be increasing again and again. So the variable counter is only known throughout the execution for of the for loop. So it's called a local variable and cannot be accessed outside the loop. As another example, so the following for loop is, okay, int, they have so we don't need to specify int n before, so we can directly just specify here int n is equals to 1. We are also specifying triangular number, so this is a single argument, you should say, because it is only separated by comma. So triangular number, or tn, in my case it is 0. We are running for running it till 200 and plus plus n, or we can use n plus plus. So we have to just print this outside the for loop, because we don't want that this should be iterating again and again. We want the result to be iterating again and again, but this condition should uh, be iterating only once. So define two integers variable and set their values accordingly. Okay, so this is how you can use that. Let me just take the example of this one. We have a test file, test.c. Okay, includes to stdio. Okay, it is already included. uh, Let me just comment this, create a new program, that is int main void, and let's just start the program. And what we will be doing, firstly we should specify int I and j. Okay, so what we will be doing, for I is equals to 0, comma j is also is equals to 0 or 100. Let's take 100, because we are iterating backwards, or we are decrementing the value. We will use second argument, we will give the condition like 10. Third argument will be the behavior of I and j, like I will be iterating and j will be decremented by minus 10, like j minus is equals to 10. So it is same, like j is equals to j minus 10 or j minus equals to 10, it's same. So we have three arguments. I think I have messed up this. Now what we need to do, we have run the for loop, we will be printing I outside for loop, uh, print I, and print j both. So print f, mm, I think it will be running into a loop or something. I should be running this outside. Okay, so let me just do one thing. Percent %d, both are integers, uh, and percent %d. Let's just see what happened. Percent %d. So we'll be taking the two variables I and j, because we are specifying I, j here. Okay, so I comma j. There can be an error. I guess there can be error. So let's just do one thing. Save it, close it. Let me compile it first. GCC test.c, test.c. We'll write the output and test and hit enter. So there's no error, like test. Okay, so we have already initiated the value, but it is taking random strings. Let me just do one thing. Micro test.c. Let me just do one more thing. I should mention this also, that I is 0 and j is 10, 100. Okay, so printf, we will be using a new line character also. Let's just try to print this. Although it should be used in something, but I try to create a program with this. Okay, so there is an error I wrote. Okay, nice. The habit of coding in Python. So no error this time. Okay, it's running. So for the first condition it is 100, then it is, one time subtracting minus 10, two times subtracting minus 10, third time subtracting minus 10 from this, and so on. So this is how it is working. I hope you understand. Is it clear? Is it clear? So declaring variables. Okay, so I think looping will be the last topic for today, because I am quite hungry and I haven't have my dinner. So looping will be the last topic. Let's just start while statement. Let me create a file micro while dot c. Okay, so now we will be working with while statement. So while statement further extends the C language repertoire of look. Why so much heavy English? Looping capabilities. The syntax of this frequently used. Okay, so while and single expression and program statement. So it is like while this condition is true or false, print this. It's simple. It's pretty basic. So the expression specified inside the parenthesis is evaluated. If the result of the expression evaluation is true, the program statement will be executed. Okay, so that immediately follow. So the program statement immediately after this while expression. So you can also notice here we are not using any kind of semicolon. So the program statement that immediately follows this this expression, it will be printed or executed. So if the result of the evaluation is true, the program statement is once again executed. The process continues until the expression finally evaluated as false. So this expression will work both as the initialization of a variable or the how to terminate this loop. So it will be executing this program statement till the condition is true, and once the condition will be false, or it is existing out of the range of while, the program statement will not be executed and the whole program of C program will be terminated. So let's just see the introduction of the while statement. What we are doing, they should mention what we are doing so I can code on my own. So count one. Okay, okay, so they are they are doing, they are just counting till 5. Let me just create this also. Copy this thing. I can copy on all code, but I will code on my own. So we will be giving while the condition, the count condition is greater than equals to 10. Okay, so we will not give the what should it be doing, what the we should not be defining a count inside the while. We will be doing that outside the while like this, and we will be print doing printf, and we will be printing like the format specifier will be I for integer, or we should use D in this case. Both can be used, percent %I, percent %D, both can be used. So let's do the new line character or it will be missed. So we'll specify the variable that it is count and terminate it with semicolon. And what we are doing, we will be telling the program what you want to do, what you will do. You will be incrementing the value of count uh, plus plus. So let's end it with semicolon. While is closed, this is closed. Let me close this also. So control SQ. No, I hope no errors will be there. You should be getting errors because error teaches you what not to do. So while I have to decrease the sensitivity of my keyboard. So it is just what it is doing. It is just printing till 10. Let's just play around with this. We want to print the table of 2. So what we can do, like count is equals to count plus 2, and we'll go till 20. Let's do this. Uh, okay, okay. So it is started with 1, 3. Okay, so it is all the odd numbers are printed. I should start with 0 in order to print the table of 20, or I should start with 2. So I hope you understand, but let's just make us little bit changes in the program. Let's start with 2, because if you do start with 0, the last entry will be 18, not 20. So let's save it and compile, and when we try to run this, while.c, permission denied. Okay, we are running while. Okay, so it prints the table of 2. That is how it is working. So the program initially, we will not go here after we become familiar with this. Okay, so find the greatest common divisor. We will be jumping that directly to the program, like gcd dot. We will be creating a file like micro gcd dot c. Okay, so we will be again copy this thing, copy paste. So int count is 1. Why? I think it is not copied. Paste clipboard. Okay, so they have taken three variables, uv and temp, and what we need to do, we need to print the gcd. So we will be asking what number you want the gcd for. So print f, and we will just please we will not be following. Since we want to print a gcd, we want two entries, common divisor, greatest common divisor, and they should not be negative. So just print two non, print two positive numbers, and we will be saving two outputs like scanf, scanf, and %d, ting two variables, like I think they have used u and v. Let's use u and v. We will be storing that in temp, I guess. So we have taken the two variables. Now what we will do for GCD, what we want to do, we want a greatest common divisor. We want a divisor that is common to both and that is the highest. So we should be moving like while uh, statement should not like we are dividing something, so we will neglect the case of 0. We will use it as a condition because it should not show error while dividing, while v is not equals to 0. And now we will write the condition to print the GCV. So we are dividing something, so while we have used v should not be equals to 0, we are dividing u divided by v, so v should not be 0, so u, and we are getting the remainder, so uv, we will use mod and semicolon. So in this case, what we will do, we have got the remainder in the temp. So okay, so let's do one thing. We have got the remainder here, and now what we will do, we will find the next case, because when you are finding the greatest divisor, you want to divide both and get a remainder. Now you will switch the value of both. U is equals to v, and since u is equals to v, we will initiate the value of temp with v. So let's just end this, and the new value of temp, or the new value of v, should be temporary, the remainder thing. Okay, so let's just terminate this also, and outside while I will be printing the temp, print f result. Let's just say gcd is %I or %d, anything, and it's temp. I think the program is all right now. uh, the bracket should be outside. Okay, so this is the bracket of while, so this is the bracket. I think we have written the same thing. They have taken the case of 0, u divided by v, u is equals to v temp. Okay, printf greatest common divisor is 0. Okay, return 0. Let me just manually see. So we are dividing u by v, we are getting the remainder here. So the logic of GCD, we have to find the greatest common divisor. So we have to switch the numbers. We want to assign the temp to v. So the latest working variable is u in this case. So I think we should be doing u here, because the value of v is stored in u. So let's just save this and print. While.c, this is gcd, gcd.c, output in GCD, GCC, GCD dot C, output in GCD. So let's run GCD. Enter two positive number. Let's take 2 and oh, I have to give two numbers now. So let's take 2 and 4 here. Segmentation fault. Okay. Again, segmentation fault. Okay. So it is not returning any error, but I guess what I have done wrong in this. I think I have not mentioned and here. So if I had not mentioned and, it should not read the program. Control C, clear this first. Let's do micro, and we were doing gcd.c. I think I have not mentioned and here. That is the reason. It is not able to assign the value. So let's just save and hit. And we will be compiling this, running gcd 2 4, and another number should be 26 gcd. So greatest common divisor is 2. Okay, so 2 is the greatest common divisor that can divide both, no problem. Let's take another example. 50 and 100, greatest common divisor is 50. Okay, so in this case 1 can also be divided by both the numbers, 2 can also be divided by both the numbers, and no number after that can be divided by this. So in this case 50 and 100, 1 can also be divided by both, 2 also, 4, no, 4 not 4, 5 also, 10 also, and 50 also, because 50 multiply 1 is 50 and 50 multiply 2 is 100. So greatest common divisor is 50. Oh, nice. So let's just move to next example. We have seen GCD, how GCD is working. So I think they have explained it quite well here also. If you have not understood, let me just read this out. So the double percent I character in the scanf call indicate the two integer already known. Let me just see the. So I think we will keep this last. We will keep this program last. We will be continuing the session tomorrow, or we should continue or not. We can have session, because I was planning that I will take the session of 5 hours today only, and we will keep a break tomorrow, but I am not able to continue further, and the quality will be, if I will be uh, stretching or burning myself till 12, the quality, I think the quality will be decreased. The way of delivering the content, you can also feel that I am now fumbling. So this will be the last program. Let's discuss this, and also discuss, we will have a poll, we should have a stream tomorrow or not. Do you want to study tomorrow? Because most probably the stream will be at night and you all were busy celebrating Diwali tomorrow. So 91% I got. Sorry for disappointing you that I am not following the poll, but this is what I can do, because I don't have that much energy to continue. So let's just see what happens. So illustrate another use of file statement, the task reversing the, no, we have to go back. So the values have been entered from the keyboard and stored in this. So while loop is exited, the value of u, which represent the GCD of v, the original value of u is displayed at the terminal together with an appropriate message. So program 5.8, ये तो next program का है, I guess. Yes, it is of next program. I think they have explained it before. So the next program provides another example of the use of while statement. The program computes the greatest common divisor. So the greatest common divisor of two numbers is the largest integer value that evenly divides the two. So the greatest common division of 10 and 15 in this case will be 5, because no number after that can be divide these numbers evenly. They will be common decimal. So there's a procedure of algorithm that can be followed to arrive at GCD of two arbitrary integers. So it is algorithm. So the algorithm is based on the procedure originally developed by Euclid around 300 BC and can be started as follow. So problem, the first find the greatest common divisor of two non-negative integers. If v is equals to 0, then you are done. The GCD is equals to u, because the greatest common divisor that can, you know, uh, divide both, it will be u. That is why, if you have noticed, we have changed the value of u is equals to v and printed u. So if that's the case, okay, if that's the case, u will be printed out. So calculate temp, that is a temporary number, u percent v, u is equals to v and v is equals to temp, and go back to step 1. So don't concern yourself with details of how proceeding algorithm works. Simply take it on a faith. Okay, so they are just not going deep how they are working. So focus more here on developing the program to find the greatest. Okay, so they have already told how to do this, because there's a specific algorithm written by Euclid, how to do that. But I have already told that u percent v, we are calculating the remainder. I guess we are calculating the modulus, and the remainder we are using to switch between this u and v, and we are assigning this v to the value of remainder, so that when we divide it again, you get the greatest common divisor of both. So if v is 0, for example, v is 0, so this will not be executed, this block will not be executed, and simply u is printed. Let me just show you that also, because firstly we'll be running this 0 and 10, so GCD is 10 automatically. So that is how it is working. So on that note, uh, uh, small apology for from my side that I am ending the session uh, that much early today, because I have no amount of energy left to continue further. Although I have a habit of stretching the session to around 4.5 hours, but it is what it is. So I will be leaving a community post that if we are having a session tomorrow or not, and what will be the timing. I also take sometimes when I am unable to take the session at night, I take the session in afternoon around 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. So let's see, I will leave a community post and will tell you. We will be continuing this while loop, although I have planned to complete 3 to 4 chapters today, but no problem, we will be increasing our speed little bit in the future sessions, because it is quite basic. So on that note, good night, happy Diwali, and final again apologizing for ending the streams too earlier. You can also feel that I am quite fumbling because I am not able to deliver more. So on that note, let's end the session. Bye bye. So one last poll, if you guys are interested. Let me just close this. I have created a full poll and I have not listened to it. Sorry for that. Okay. Only 3 people are watching, I guess. All of them are left. The they are busy in Diwali because it is a festive season. All you should have be busy. But start poll. Let's see what we will be getting from this. So let, to feel cool, I will do one thing. Uh, I am now messing the spelling of clear also. Oh, hacker feel. So five is the watching. Was I audible throughout the session? 5 watching. Have you enjoyed the session? Only one vote. Why? So, on that note, let's just end the session.